Hello, I'm Tim Krul. Welcome to Norwich City Central.
Hello everybody, Lewis, Norwich City Central. Welcome back to another video. Normally when the transfer window starts, Norwich City fans kind of get a bit pessimistic as we start to lose our key players. But Norwich City have been active in the January transfer window and we've signed a new player, Duda, from Slovakia, 25 years old, and looks a really great bit of business actually. I'm really happy with this one. So who is Duda? He is a Slovakian international, made 35 appearances for the Slovakian national team and scored 5 goals. As I said, an attacking midfielder, and he actually looks like a really good bit of business for Norwich City. And under Stuart Webber, I completely trust him. I completely trust the regime. You know, bringing in youngsters under Daniel Farke, bringing in youngsters, he can develop them really well. And under Stuart Webber, finding these obscure players from around Europe. And giving them a chance to shine for Norwich. As I said, looks a really good player. In the Bundesliga last season, he plays for Hertha Berlin on a 6-month loan, and in the Bundesliga last season, 32 appearances, 11 goals and 6 assists. That's a fantastic record. You know, 1 goal in 3 games in the Bundesliga is great. So he clearly shows he can do it at the highest level. And Norwich City in the Premier League need players who are going to compete at the highest level. Touched on the video when we obviously lost 4-0 to Manchester United. Are the players actually good enough? 1 win in 4 months seems to suggest they're not. And the likes of Buendia, Pukki, Cantwell, Krul, I think have shown they are good enough for the Premier League. But the squad has probably had a lack of investment. Did invest a bit in the summer, but the likes of Ralph Fairman, Patrick Roberts have not been given the opportunity to play. And the summer transfer window, in effect, was a failure because we didn't have the right players to compete and we didn't have the right investment to compete. But this looks a really good bit of business, as I said. An attacking midfielder, and he's someone we need. Marcus Sheeperman hasn't lived up to the Premier League and the expectations. Fantastic in the Championship. And Kenny McLean as well is playing in that number 10 role, and I don't think he's been good enough quite and hasn't quite been able to make the jump up. So Duda has got the skills to do really well at Norwich City, and I really like the look of him as well. And when we need goals in the team, because Pukki and Cantwell have contributed to goals, but Buendia, McLean, Stiepermann haven't been able to score many goals, and that's probably the reason why we're down there, because we are quite reliant on Pukki and quite reliant on Cantwell. But Duda, as I said, a fantastic option for Norwich City. Will he play against Bournemouth? I'm not so sure. Based upon the interviews, it does look like he's going to need some match fitness. And it may take a couple of weeks before he's implemented into the side. But unlike Ralph Fairman and Patrick Roberts, I can definitely see Duda playing from now to the end of the season. Because I don't necessarily think Kenny McLean's done excellently in recent weeks. So he's a player we could be seeing in the yellow and green, and he's a player our back, and he's a player who I think could do really well for Norwich City. He's got a great name as well. I'm sure we can get a few funny chants going for him and back him. But no, as I said, he's on a 6-month loan. He hasn't done very well in the Bundesliga this season, so he's come out on loan. And Norwich City might be a platform for him to spark his career again. If Norwich City do the impossible and stay up as well, he's a player we could sign permanently as well. But as I said, really like the look of him. I do think he will play for Norwich. And that would be my one concern with Duda. Will he actually play for Norwich? I do think he will, because I don't think McLean and Stiepermann have stepped up. But overall, what to take away? He's a Slovakian international, over 35 appearances, was very good in the Bundesliga last season. And he's a player who I think will excite the Norwich City fans. And let's hope he can contribute to a lot of goals and hopefully some wins for Norwich City. Leave me your thoughts down below on Duda. As I said, I really like the signing. Love to hear your thoughts down below. Subscribe to Norwich City Central. Thank you for all the support recently, and I'll see you later.